is only war.
What is up, gents? 40k Dirtbags here. We got a battle report for you today. We got our boy Brian on the channel. I actually came over to the battle bunker for the first time, and he's playing Tau, which he's one of the top Tau players in the Northeast. He actually got ranked 18th at Nova last year for Tau. He beat a lot of other Tau players top spot. So anytime we play Tau on the channel, he's definitely one of the best guys to pay attention to and learn from. He knows a lot about the game. We recruited him onto the Cuddle Buddies, hopefully Dirtbag soon, to basically just be one of the top players on our team, and he definitely is really good for the meta. So this battle report, this was a couple weeks ago. This is playing Chaos Cult into the new Tau rules. He was really testing out the new Tau rules against the kind of horde meta that's really coming up in 10th edition, especially with Pariah just coming out. That actually just got released today. A bunch of people are doing videos on it, so if you guys haven't checked it out, go check that out. We're going to do a video on it coming soon, but by the time you guys see this video, we'll probably already be in ACO, Atlantic City Open. That's coming up next week, and we are bringing a form of this list to ACO. It's kind of like I'm testing out the underdog list, and if we do well, we get a lot of recognition. If we don't do well, nobody cares because it's a shit, detachment anyway. So I'm going to tell you what I changed about this list and how to improve it, what I did bad about it, what we could have done better, and what my final list is at the end. So this was a stream game. If you guys are Patreons, thanks for all the support. This was actually streamed on patreon.com. You guys could see this live if you want to go ahead over to that. But what we have coming up so far, we have ACO, which is next week, like I said, and then we have Nova, which is in August. LSO, which is Lone Star Open. I'm actually going to be heading out to that. Me and Mike are flying out. It's Saturday, Sunday. That's why we got the tickets. And that's the first time we're going to be in Texas to play 40K. So if you guys are Dirtbags, definitely come up and say hi. It's going to be super awesome. And then LVO at the end of the year is coming up as well. It's so much to talk about, guys, with the new Pariah mission pack. I can't wait to do those videos. But we got merch. Merch is always up on the channel on Discord. If you guys don't have these widgets, get these widgets. They're literally used every single game. The dice are still up for sale. We got all the Count Assassin, Codiez, Lieutenant, and Phobos Librarian, plus all the stickers. If you guys are interested in supporting the channel, head over to the Discord. And we're about 500 away from 10K subs. So it all starts with you guys actually hitting that subscribe button and the likes. All these videos actually pop up for you guys. And if you guys want that coach in your corner, Patreon is the way to go. So you guys get one-on-one coaching. If you have any questions or you want to get better at 40K, Competitive Dirtbag is the way to go. And the Grandmaster, you actually get videos like this played for you and specific battle reports and turn by turn, picture by picture, one call a month with one of your coaches is the Grandmaster Patreon. So let's get into it, guys. We're going to go over picture by picture like we do on every battle report. This is going to be kind of like a shorter battle report because we both took fixed. It was about 4 or 5 weeks ago, and there's a lot to talk about with everything coming up in this meta. So let's get into the pictures. All right, so we're going to go over the list real quick. Now, I didn't take a video because this is live stream, so if you guys want to go watch the live video, it'll be exactly what the lists are going to be. I'm going to try and remember exactly what we had in this setup, but we had the little corner deployment, so 9 inches from the center. The deployments are so different now with Pariah, which is insane. But what we had for the Chaos, we had 3 units of Accursed Cultists. One of them, they all have, or 2 Accursed Cultists with the Dark Commune, and then 1 actually has Bile. So we're testing out the Bile with the +1 strength, +1 toughness to see if that's worth it. We all in all did not keep Bile in that. We actually went with the Dark Apostle, which I think we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I think 7 or 8 cultist units in here. The guys with the red and I believe the green are the Traitor Guardsmen. So the Traitor Guardsmen have guns. The Accursed Cultists, or the regular cultists, don't. They just have pistols and brutal combat weapons. But the red and the green have, I believe, the Flamer, the Plasma Gun, and the Sniper. I think we're changing it up in the list moving forward with a Plasma Gun, Flamer, Grenade Launcher. I believe that's what we're going with. just 3 of them in every single unit that we have. We have the Seekers with the Demonettes who are off the board. The Seekers are just super good. With this list, everybody gets +2 movement, +2 advance, +2 charges, which is just super fast. You guys will see how far we are across the board on turn 1. And then the Seekers actually add on to that with the Scout move 9, and then they move 14 with a reroll charge, which is, or +1 charge. I'm not sure if they get to reroll charge. I think they get the reroll charges with the +1. It's nuts, guys. Super quick. So we are keeping the Seekers in the list moving forward. And that's really it. It's just all damned models. Now, this list, guys, we have 2 units of the Beastmen, which now get to come in on turn 1. So we were testing it out. All in all, we're not keeping them in the list. They're way too many points for not killing anything. They're not even AP. They're just basically regular attacks, hitting on 4s, don't do shit. So if you're gonna, don't you run Beastmen in this detachment, I would rather run a Cursed Cultist or a more regular traded guardsman for the points. Then we have 3 Nurgle units. 2 of them are on the board, and the other one is off the board. Same with the Demonet. So that's our list, guys. Super easy. Then for the Tau, I'm sorry if I butcher this for any of my Tau players. Let me know if you guys, if I miss anything. But we have the commander with one of the crisis units off the table. We have the guys getting out of the transports, the shotgun 10-inch guys, I forget what they're called. They're really good. Usually people run 30 of them. But 2 units of those guys in the units here with the characters inside of those units. We have also 2 other units on the board, both with a character, the broadsides or jump infantry. We have a unit of stealth suits back here, and then another stealth suit over here. Now he got first drop, so since he was able to get first drop, he was able to basically block out my scout move as well as my infiltrators. So he puts his full 10-man brick of Pathfinders up front here, which blocked out my Nurgle units over there, and I put another Nurgle unit back here as well. So we were both kind of fighting back and forth on who's going to get the scout first, who's going to get the infiltrate first, stuff like that. If I was going to get the infiltrate first, I would have put my Nurglings where his guys were, so that way my guys could then scooch up 6 if needed, and the Seekers then can move up 9 to get really good turn 1. But he got turn 1, so I wasn't able to do that. For his turn 1, he took fixed, if you could see to my right, which it's now updated. It's Brian versus Derek. He took cleanse and deploy, which honestly Tau are really good for fixed secondaries, especially with the amount of vehicles and speed that they have. I forgot he has 2 pariahs, I believe. 1, 2, 3 pariahs. So he's got 3 pariahs in the list as well because they're super good. He's got the hammerhead, and 2 of the regular tanks. So really good Tau list. Honestly, if you guys are going to use this would be the list to use. And this is the first time running this this detachment. This was before the codex came out, just to give you a little tidbit on what the hell we're doing. And for me, I had deploy teleport Omer and bring it down, because his entire army is literally bring it down. So all we have to do is kill shit and do deploy teleport Omers, which we have so many units to do that with, as well as the Nurglings trying to do it as well. So he gets turn 1. Now, again, he's got fixed, so all he's doing is focusing on fixed and just killing my units. I didn't scout too much. So this yellow unit has the scout. I didn't scout up that far because he had a lot of line of sight really everywhere. His guys didn't scout up anywhere as well because all of my guys were blocking out. But for his turn, he basically moves up and he cleanses with this guy in the center and then this guy up top here. So he's able to get cleanse on both of the objectives and then deploy. So I think he deployed with his Pathfinder unit in the center, kind of blocking out my guys as much as possible, and then he got cleanse and cleanse. So he got 4 and then 3 for deployed teleport homers. For our turn 1, guys, we're trying to be as quick as possible, get in combat as soon as possible. Our Seekers were moving up Scout 9 up here, so that way they can't be shot turn 1. And they're basically just going to be a nuisance, hopefully, for the rest of the game. So they scouted up, didn't get shot at. These guys scattered up a little bit. The yellow squad, they didn't die too much because of our blood boon now. So if he basically kills one guy, I'm able to move up to get closer to him and make my charge easier. And again, when I tell you the +2 movement and +2 charges is worth it, God, you just get across the board so fast with these Accursed Cultists. If you're running Damned, you obviously need 3 Accursed Cultists. Not a lot of people have all of these units. That's why this detachment is probably one of the hardest ones to build, as well as paint. But we are actually running triple Accursed Cultists prior to this codex. That's why we actually had all of it ready to go and all painted. We actually brought the Beastmen on turn 1 behind this corner, and then down here same thing, we brought these Beastmen on down here. Now this is the first mistake. I know it says excluding reserves you don't get the +1 or +2 to charge. I didn't see that when we first started this, so I was trying to get +2 to charges on this guy and this guy. Now luckily this guy failed his 7-inch charge. I didn't want to reroll it, but this guy did succeed his 7-inch charge, which didn't really matter because I didn't kill the tank anyway. I left the tank on 1 wound after we advanced in charge with the yellow squad. So when they advance in charge, they get +1 hit, +1 wound. Again, I got to bring it down. So if I can kill these tanks ASAP, I'm getting points. And then we can just kind of blob this objective just to try and control it for the rest of the game. So we do the advance in charge with these guys. The green squad as well did the advance in charge, and they are basically advancing forward. And I wanted to kill this piranha, which I left it on 1 wound as well. So I left it on 1 wound, left this guy on 1 wound, and over here we just tied up this tank over here. So also another tidbit, if you guys are running Chaos Cult, don't do the Dark Pact, the Desperate Pact, turn 1 with the movement. Like, you might need it to get objectives, but don't do it for every single unit, because I was doing it for every single unit. I was wasting time. I was killing a lot of guys because I was failing a lot of 7s, and I didn't really need it. I could have just advanced, ran up, and waited another turn, but you could see this unit only has 2 left after me killing some and him having a bunch of shots, and then this unit over here has 5 left after me killing some and then him getting a couple shots. So don't do the Desperate Pact turn 1 if not needed for secondaries. These guys moved up and did the deploy teleport homers turn 1, and then we were just trying to kill as much as possible on turn 1. Everything else kind of scooted up to block out the backfield. So these guys advanced up. I have, this is Cypher. So my Horon Blackjoy, or Black whatever Horon, is Cypher this matchup, which we did keep Cypher in our ACO list as well. So cheers. Cypher has within 12 inches any battle tactic costs 1 extra CP, so hopefully against like boys and Armor Contempt and Space Marines and stuff like that, he might come into play, keeping him behind a ruin like this 12-inch bubble. If I'm getting a charge off of on somebody, they can't do Armor Contempt unless it's going to cost 2 CP or something like that. Hopefully he'll be able to play a role in messing with people's CP. So that was our turn 1. Pretty simple. Turn 2, we are controlling basically the bottom and the middle and the top, so he was only able to get 5 points on primary, which was his own objective. Now this is taking hold, so if you control 1 and 2, you get 10 points. That's max. At the end of the game, however many objectives you're on, you get an additional 5 points per objective, up to 15. So you can max out on turn 5 25 primary points. So I love this mission, especially if you can hold out till turn 5, because it's a huge swing for players that are going second, which in this game we happen to go second. So we got 5 on turn, or he got 5 on primary, and then for cleanse and deploy, he's only able to cleanse 1 objective because there's just so much shit to kill on his turn. So on his turn, he falls back, this guy up top here, which leaves the Accursed Cultists able to be shot at. These guys, he's not really fearful because he sees that they don't do shit. The Beastmen don't do anything. I would not run them ever again unless their points go down to like 50 maybe. Seekers don't really die that much. The Nurglings, I kind of misdeployed them and they can't go through walls, so this guy's stuck on this side, so I can't really do anything with the Nurglings over here. The one who had 1 wound over here fell back as well. These breachers got out and they were basically there just to nuke everything. Now here's with Tau. Tau can shoot in combat with all their vehicles. Vehicle units can shoot even though they're not in engagement range. So with these guys, if I were to just go into combat with 1 guy, since it's a unit, with the new rules, vehicle units can shoot into combat with their same unit. Yes, they suffer the -1, but flamers, they don't care. They're just going to hit all the time. So this was a really bad matchup with the Tau and the Accursed Cultist, because he wants me to get into combat with him because he just doesn't care. He's just going to flamer me anyway. So I'll go over at the end, remind me that Accursed Cultist, the Blood Boon thing, the new rule, there's a lot of different tips about that, which I'm going to do a specific video on it soon. So he controls the center. I believe he does deploy teleport Homer in the center with this guy that flew up. He cleansed one objective, which was this one over here, with these guys, and everybody else kind of like stayed back. Now these guys are stuck in combat because, again, they don't do anything. They don't hit hard at all. So this one is down to 2 wounds. This guy's still at 12. Everybody else is basically full strength. These guys murdered my green squad. The yellow squad only has 1 regular dude and a Dark Commune character left after all just the brutal shots coming in. These guys got out as well. So yeah, that was his turn. It was a really good turn too. He killed a lot of guys. Killed basically most of my yellow squad and most of my green squad. So our turn 2, we control 10 because we still control this top one, and we control ours, so we're up by 5 on primary so far. And then for our secondary, we have deploy for 4, which we're able to get into, I believe, his deployment zone with the green squad. So since the green squad has pistols, which is going to change now unless I believe your battle line. So the new rules with battle line, they're going to have a lot of benefits of being battle line. But we were in combat and we just basically forfeit our movement, and we did cleanse in his deployment zone with one of these 2 green guys. So we got deploy teleport numbers for 4. And then bring it down. This is where we started killing stuff. So we started to kill this vehicle over here. We killed a bunch of the broadsides because the red guys came out to play. They spent 1 CP to the advance and charge. I think they rolled a 6 for the advance. Oh no, they rolled like a 13. It was like +2 to charge. They rolled an 11, so I get +2 to my charges. So they rolled like a 13 to charge. So basically everything I wanted to get into combat with the red squad got into combat with Bile charging in as well. So everything moved up, or everything advanced, spent 1 CP, charged, got into combat, killed a bunch of the broadsides. We killed that vehicle. So 1, 2, 3, and then a couple of these broadsides over here. We were able to kill. The Demonettes failed their charge. They came down in the center. I wanted to get that charge off on this squad. Again, tie the control the bottom objective, because if I can steal that bottom objective, I keep them to 5 again for primary. Demonette's goal is to come down defensively, which this was not defensively. This was literally right in the middle of the fucking board. So if I were to come down, let's say right here, right behind this little cover, charge on an 8 because I get +1 to charge, I can then charge into this guy, pile in, and get onto the objective to try and steal it. Well, they failed their charge anyway, but now they're in the open, so now they can get shot easily. I should have put them back here outside 9 inches of this guy to try and make the charge. These guys, again, don't do anything. Don't run them. They're not good. You guys should count or tally how many times I say don't run the Beastmen. Nurglings moving up. These guys running up. These guys trying to protect the bottom home objective because he can still bring his guys up and then come back down. These guys are tying up over there. These guys are running forward, trying to control this objective. Again, they're OPSEC 2. So they're really good for holding missions. This thing is dead. Seekers are still alive somehow. Beastmen are running up. And these guys survived. So I have 1 regular dude and a character, 1 with 1 wound and a character left over here. So my turn 2 was a pretty good turn 2. We had 15 for bring it down, 4 for deploy teleport number, and 10 for primary. His turn 3, he gets 10 because, again, I wasn't able to make that charge, so he controlled that objective in his home field. What he has left is this squad here, the breachers that just kill everything in shooting, this guy with 1 wound, these guys over here tied up with some cultists, this full squad tied up with my squad in combat. So I still have 1, 2, 3, 4, all 6 of these guys with Bile, with this guy who has 3 wounds left. So this tank's about to die. These guys are in combat. These guys are in combat. These guys are still alive somehow. Don't know how. And the Demonettes are about to get shot. So his turn 3, he gets 2 for cleanse again, probably with the same unit down here. And then deploy teleport homers, he's able to get in the center again, probably with his 1 wound guy. He's able to get in the center to do deploy teleport homer. So after his turn, this is all I've left. I have these Nurgling units down here, 3 of these Beastmen, which are terrible. Don't run them. Cypher is right here. Just kind of getting some random shots off. I think he actually finishes off this vehicle right here. This objective has been mine since the beginning of the turn, so I get 10 for primary again. Deploy teleport homers. We're able to get, I think, my unit up closer over here with this unit. So this unit passes their desperate escape, moves up, gets deploy teleport homer in his deployment zone, like this right here. Beastmen are still alive because he's not focusing them. Maybe that's the trick. Don't get focused and then they could survive. The Ren unit is still alive. They're basically my main hitting unit right now because my green squad is dead. And then my yellow squad is just 1 character and a little guy. So these guys came down. The Seeker, 1 Seeker's alive. Nurgling is alive. And then I have a unit camping the objective back here. So all he has left is his character right here with 6 wounds. We have 1 unit back here, so if I can get onto his home field objective, that would be clutch. He's got 1 tank with breachers, 1 hammerhead, 10 wounds, these guys, and this unit right here. So all he has left is this unit, which is in combat with Cypher, with 1 wound left. Character, and these guys. So he's swinging this way, and I'm swinging this way. So as long as I hold out on my home field objective, which these guys are just camping as tight as they possibly can, and then these guys are just kind of swinging up this way. So if he can kill these guys, which he probably can at this point, because anytime he shoots me, I'm able to move up 6 inches. Later in the game, these guys are scary. These guys are so scary later in the game. Beastmen are not scary. They're not scary at all. So turn 4, he gets 10 again because he holds his home field, and this one I have nothing near here, just some Nurglings, which are probably going to drop honestly with the new Pariah, because OPSEC 0 can't do actions anymore, so they're good at infiltrating and just blocking out people, but maybe 1 of them might be needed, not 3. So that's a huge change to the list. It's going to bring more cultists in this list. I actually have to buy more cultists, which is crazy. So let's go into his turn 4. So his turn 4 gets 10 and then 2 again for cleanse. So we held him to cleanse 1, 2, 3 turns of 2 only, because he's not able to cleanse in the center because he's got too much shit to kill. He's not able to get to my top zone because he can't take it over with OPSEC. So holding 2 to cleanse is key, and trying to stop his primary, which we can't because of those freaking demonettes. So he gets 3 for deploy, which he starts moving all of his guys into the center now. So he deploys in the center and then gets cleanse for 1. Same unit, they're just getting him cleanse every single turn. And then for us, our turn 4, we get 10 for primary because again we're able to hold this top one, and then we hold our home field. So we have all these guys are dead. So these guys over here are dead. These guys back here are dead. So all I have is this red unit right here, and then this cultist unit on my backfield, which I don't think is needed, honestly. It's just like, I don't know, maybe I misplayed them. But we have a unit here waiting to do something. He's got a hammerhead still with 10 wounds, probably not going to die. He's got this guy full wounds. He's got the breachers that are spread out. Bile lived on 2 wounds, so he's still alive. He's got to shoot him and then charge him to kill him because he gets back up on a 2+. So Bile honestly is one of the best MVPs in this list. If you guys don't have Bile, go buy Bile because he's really good for the Chaos cults. I would highly recommend running Bile almost in every list now with Chaos Space Marines. Then we got Cypher still alive somehow. Every time he shoots me, I'm able to shoot back once per turn. So he's still alive. Then we got 1, 2 demon seekers just waiting to do an action. If needed, they can basically hop out and do cleanse in their deployment zone. So we get deploy teleport homers and bring it down. We already maxed by turn 3. We had 15 on turn 2 and then 6 on turn 3. So we maxed out 20 points for bring it down by turn 3. So yay us, pat on the back. So all we have to do is deploy teleport homer. That's all we have to focus on with this matchup. So our turn 5, going into turn 5, we're able to keep him. We steal his home field. So these guys, the Seeker and everybody, stole his home field objective on my turn 4. So his turn 5, he has top of turn, so he's only able to get 5 points for primary, which is, I believe, the center. No, he must have had this one. So turn 5, I think he moved up. Yeah, so turn 5. Yep, so turn 5, he moved up into the center. Yeah, so he didn't have the center. This was turn 5. Yep. So this is turn 5. That's where he ended up. So for us, our turn 5, we have Bile, who got back up. Cypher on 1 wound. These guys moved up, charged just to tie him up and get OPSEC on the center objective to try and steal the center objective, which we do. We still have the top one. And then we deploy with our freaking solo character and Nurglings in the top deployment zone, just kept deploying every single time. And this is where we ended up. So these guys had to move up and try and kill the Nurglings or tie them up so they can't do deploy. Bile backed up onto his home field objective because he got back up on a 2+. He has this bottom one and this one. So he gets 5 at the end of turn. Yeah, so let's zoom out. This is what we have left. Chaos Cult has 1 unit on the home field objective, 1 unit still tied on the top objective. Fabius Bile on his home field objective. For him, he's got this guy on that objective, and then these 2 guys on this objective. So I think we misplaced 5 points, which we'll go over in a little bit. So he has an extra 5 points at the end of the game. And for us, we had 5 and then 15 at the end of the game. So this is the final score. Let's bring this in over here. Cool. So he has 69 plus 5, 74 to 93. Chaos Cult. First time ever testing against Tau. Super stressful against Tau because they have all flamers, auto hitting, in combat, vehicles, super scary. A lot would have changed with this list with him and myself. For him, he's got to just focus fire, kill a Cursed Cultist unit, completely dead every single turn. And if he can, I don't have any oomph like I did with that red unit with Fabius Bile on turn 3 and 4. So if he can do that, he's basically going to win because I don't have anything to kill anything. If he doesn't do that, I have my Cursed Cultist, which will just kill his guys a lot easier than him shooting my guys dead. So final score, Brian had 30 out of 50 for primary. We held him to a 5, 10-10 at the end of the game. He had a 5, which was 10 because he had 5 and then 5 more. And then Cleanse, he had 14. So keeping Cleanse on a Tau player on this mission to 14 out of 20, which was insane. Again, he had to use his units to kill stuff instead of doing the Cleanse action. Deployed teleport numbers, he had 15 out of 20. So total, 74 out of 100. For us, we had 45 out of 50 for primary, so really good on the primary point. I think this list is really good for primary, just with the amount of bodies that are on the table. We had 18 out of 20 for deploy. We only did 3 on turn 1 and then 3 on turn 5. And then for bring it down, we maxed out in 2 turns. So Tau, not that hard to max out, bring it down, especially with this type of list. But really, really close game. Came down to really couple key saves here and there. Me having Fabius Bile at the end of the game. Me having that one character guy left at the end of the game to do a deployed teleport armor, and then the Nurglings. So basically he tied up these Nurglings, those Nurglings. And I think these guys are the ones that did deploy on turn 5. Yeah, because I think Fabius Bile fell back just to control that objective. So Fabius Bile fell back, was still alive, controlled the objective. These guys spent 1 CP, auto passed the leadership to do deploy teleport homers in the center. And these guys were tied up, so they couldn't do anything anyway. So really, really close game. All right, guys. So what did we change with the Chaos Cult? The current list has Fabius Bile with a regular cultist unit, I added a Rhino thanks to Doug. The Rhino is key. It does actions. It could tie up units. It can deliver bile, like move up 12, drop bile off, do an action. The Rhino can do a lot of stuff in the list. Plus, it's 12 models with bile and a 10-man cultist unit. So we added that. We kept Cypher. I think Cypher is going to be good with this type of list because there is one CP strat where if Cypher does get targeted, he can then pass those wounds off onto another unit if I don't want him to die, which is key for sites of power and stuff like that. So having a solo with lone op with this type of list, super key, super clutch. We have 4 Trader Guardsman units. That's 70 points each, 4 of those guys. We have 2 20-man bricks. This one I think we only had 1 20-man brick, but we have 2 20-man bricks and then 4 10-man bricks. So we have 80 cultists and then we have 40 Trader Guardsmen. So 120 cultists total. Obviously the triple curse cultists, 2 of them with dark communes because of the advance in charge, +1 hit, +1 wound. One of them has the +1 strength, +1 attack. The other one has a scout. And then the third unit has revive D3 damned units back to the unit. That's Dark Apostle. He also is clutch in this type of list because he has got a leadership 5, and once per game he can choose another unit within 12 inches at the beginning of any command phase, and they auto pass Battle Shock, or they get rid of Battle Shock. So that's key for secondaries. It's key for primary. So he is actually a really, really good addition to the list instead of this as well. Beastman out. Demonettes still in. I'm using them way more defensively rather than kind of putting them in the center of the table and just dying. And then Seekers are still really, really good for World Eaters, Bouten, Orcs, anything that gets the early jump. If you get first, they scout move 9, advance up, or move up 14 and then charge. Like, they can block out most of the deployment zone for your units. Then with the Tau, again, if you are Tau, Brian plays it really good with the move up, shoot, fucking fly back 12 inches. His vehicles are super quick. Doing the actions, like doing fix for Tau is not a bad idea, especially before Pariah comes out. And these guys were really good. These guys were actually clutch. I was surprised on how he played these guys very, very well. And then obviously the Breachers, they're stupid good. Yeah, so that was him. So again, if we play this matchup again, I think he knows exactly what to do and how to beat it, or at least what to focus on. Now, at the end, I told you guys to remind me, with the Blood Boon, as long as the closest model goes D6 and ends closest to the closest enemy model, everybody else can go wherever the hell they want, which is nuts. So NIDS have it. I don't think it works. NIDS, World Eaters, and us have this ability. So you can use it to basically get onto an objective, steal an objective, get closer to another unit, go back behind cover, whatever it may be. As long as the closest guy ends closer to the closest enemy unit, your unit is considered to have ended closer to the closest enemy unit. That's the only stipulation of that rule. Every other model in the unit can move wherever the hell they want, as long as the closest model ends to the closest enemy unit. So that's something that we can catch people off guard at Atlantic City Open and all the GTs coming up if we are playing this list. I don't know if we're gonna be playing this list in Pariah. I mean, they all are all battle lines, so probably. But yeah, so this list, super fun. You have to have a lot of models. I just finished painting all of them, so we painted 120 cultists in the past week, so that was fun. But guys, let me know in the comments below what you liked, didn't like, how we can improve on these types of battle reports. There's a lot of stuff coming up in the battle bunker and tactical. If you guys are Patreons, you get to see these videos first on patreon.com. And if you guys want those coaching in your corner, it's always good to have somebody a coach with the game you play and spend a lot of time in your corner to ask any questions, go over list ideas and tactics at any time. So it's definitely good to support the Dirtbags over the Dirtbag Nation on patreon.com. So guys, I really appreciate it. Good luck, and we'll see you in another video soon.
What's up, gents? 40k Dirtbags here. If you guys are thinking about joining the Patreon page, we're going to go over each tier and how it's going to benefit you and what you're looking for specifically to get out of 40k in 10th edition coming up. There's a lot of stuff to go over. There's a lot of tactical videos up on the channel, which is for free. There's going to be a bunch of perks that you get specifically for being a part of the Dirtbag Nation Patreon page. So first off, we have the first tier, which is $1 a month. You guys get first access to the videos over at patreon.com. You also get access to the Discord, which is specifically a private link in the Discord that only Patreon members can see. So you guys will have first access to that. Also a benefit is Patreons over the Dirtbag Nation get live streamed games on patreon.com streamed from YouTube, but there's only links specifically for the patreons.com. So not only do you get first access to these videos, you also get to see live stream games specifically only on patreon.com. The next tier is the Justicar. You guys get a shout out on every single video on YouTube. You also get to support us a little bit more. You get first dibs at voting on Discord, as well as you just kind of say, hey, I just want to be a Justicar Dirtbag and support you guys a little bit more than that $1 a month tier. But you get all the same access as well as the different color over on the Discord. So the third tier is the competitive Dirtbag. This tier, you get a lot more one-on-one coaching. This is a lot of the Dirtbags over on the Dirtbag Nation. They are able to send out messages one-on-one, go over list ideas, tactics, anything you guys want to talk about. When I was getting into 40k, or really any game in general, I always wanted to message the top players in the meta and just ask them questions. This $10 a month tier gets you that opportunity to message us one-on-one on Discord, so that way we can actually coach you, give you our insights, suggestions, and that's going to get you better at the 40k 10th edition as a whole. So that tier alone, just $10 a month to have one-on-one coaching, one-on-one messages anytime throughout the month, that's going to be a perfect tier for you guys. Even if you're brand new to the game, we go over 1,000 point list, 1,500 point list, 2,000 point brand new starting list, team list, anything you guys need. That's what the competitive Dirtbag tier is for. Also, you get a little bit red number name tag on Discord, so people know that you're really serious about getting into the competitive scene. The Grandmaster Dirtbags. This is the all-in-all $25 a month tier. You get one-on-one coaching, everything we said prior to this, but you guys get to see me, Mike, any of the other Dirtbags play your specific list that you want to see tested out live on one of our battle reports. You guys get to mention, suggest videos you guys want to see coming up on patreon.com. So you guys get the above first tier benefit of everything that we do over at Dirtbag Nation. All the support mainly comes from you guys supporting us over here at Dirtbag Nation. And Grandmasters, I can't thank you enough, but for $25 a month, you get one-on-one coaching and anything you want to see live on the tabletop. So you get to see a professional play right in front of you. You guys get to kind of like see it one-on-one, and I'm actually making this specifically for you. There's also TTS events that you guys can suggest. If you guys want to do a first 1 or 2 turn run through on TTS, we can actually log in and coach you one-on-one with that. If you guys see us at any GTs, you guys get special benefits, free dice, stuff like that. Anytime you purchase a merch thing on Discord, you guys get a free limited edition Dirtbag dice sent to you with every single purchase on top of that. So there's a lot of benefits coming up with the Grandmaster Dirtbag. You guys, I can't thank you enough for supporting us. Definitely let me know which tier would be best for you if you go over to patreon.com and specifically go to a tier. And make sure you don't forget to message me up on Discord. That's where we check every single day. If you guys are really into getting into 10th edition 40k, head over to Patreon, join the competitive Dirtbag or the Grandmaster. Message me as many times as you possibly want, and I'll coach you the best I possibly can on any specific army that you guys play. Mainly our armies right now, currently, going into 2024, is going to be Chaos Space Marines, Grey Knights, Death Guard, and then we have Custodes, Sisters, and I think that's it going into the wings of 2024. But again, any other army that you guys play, we have other coaches lined up for the Dirtbags that are ready to take on that role of the competitive Dirtbag page. So guys, really appreciate it. Thanks for clicking on the video. Thanks for joining the Dirtbag Nation if you guys are already part of us. And we'll see you in another video soon.